Good evening. Let me go ahead and call this special meeting of the Rio Grande City Consolidated Independent School District to order. It is now 6:30. It's Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021, and we are located at the RGCGISD Family and Community Engagement Phase Center. Section 1, for purposes to determine quorum, let me go ahead and take roll call. Daria Dr. B. Babineau, not present. Mr. Lesar Velasquez Jr., not present. Mr. John A. Pope IV. Present. Mr. Noe Castillo. Here. Mr. Basilio D. Varela Jr.
Present.
Mr. J. Peña.
Present.
And myself, Eddie Ramirez, present. We do have enough to establish a quorum. Section 2, Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Pope, will you help us with the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Pope. Section 3, action items. Item number 1, consider and take possible action on pay request number 2 from Design Group International for the Fort Ringgold re-roofing projects.
Mr. President, I move that we approve item 1, 2, 3, and 4 is presented in a board package.
There's a motion by Mr. Varela to approve items 1 through 4. Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Second, Mr. J. Peña. Any discussion? All those in favor, so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. Item number 5, consider and take possible action on memorandum of understanding between Region 1 Education Service Center and Rio Grande City CISD to use school facilities for the purpose of establishing an adult education and literacy program for the 2021-2022 school year at Old Ringgold Elementary School Building number 1.
Mr. President, I move that we approve item 5, 6, 7, and 8 as presented in our board package.
There's a motion by Mr. Varela to approve items 5 through 8. Is there a second?
I will
Second by Mr. Castillo. Is there any questions or discussions on any of those items?
The horse, just out of curiosity.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
The horse doesn't.
I saw that one. I saw that one
The
coming.
horse is,
That's why I asked if there were any questions.
the horse
I
is
saw it
still
coming.
alive, not alive. Talk to me about the horse.
It's still alive.
That's the only reason I asked for questions. 'Cause I figured somebody was going to ask about the horse. So,
Let me ask, out of curiosity, it's got to be a very tame horse, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of going out there and taking it out to the sale yard, which they want to do, isn't there some kid or somebody that may want it for $10?
Not
You said
sure.
it was tame. It's 30 years plus is what it says here.
But some people look for those type of horses. Because it's going to be taken to the sale yard and it's going to be disposed
Yeah,
of, correct?
that was the recommendation, yeah.
Okay. So you're the one
No,
authorizing
the
taking it to the sale
recommendation
yard,
of the
right?
sergeant, not me.
Okay.
any further questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor, so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. Item number 9, consider and take possible action on financing of RHS and GHS baseball and softball turf fields.
Mr. President, I move that we approve item 9 and 10 as presented in our board packet.
There's a motion by Mr. Varela to approve items 9 and 10. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
Second by Mr. Peña.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All those in favor, so signify by raising your right hand.
Mr. Ramirez.
Yes, sir.
Discussion, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Peña.
Sir, may we be granted permission to go ahead and just make sure we get the best possible rate for this? The company did offer a percent. They're going to be working on it. We have an agreement already. It's been passed.
Okay.
But we would like, a few
Why
months.
don't we just amend the motion to approve item number 9 and 10 and give the superintendent the authorization to negotiate into the best rate possible for the financing?
That's because it changes constantly, right? That's the, okay. There's an amended motion on item number 9 and the same, okay, item 10 remains the same. So let's go ahead, is there a second on the amended motion by Mr. Varela?
I'll second the amended motion.
There's a second by Mr. Peña. All those in favor, so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motions carry.
Excuse me, Mr. President.
Yes.
On item 10, we
Sure.
did have a addendum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can I make another motion to approve the, or let me see what.
Let me see what the addendum is
Yeah.
first.
Okay. Make another
Thank you,
motion to
Ken.
approve the addendum as presented, away from our board packet. And can I see that?
On both,
And to include item number.
on both, yes.
Okay. To include the addendum presented to us I just make another motion. We approve that one. I make a motion to approve the addendum.
It was just
Presented
to
to us.
inform us of that. There was no other question, Mrs. Jimenez?
No,
No?
that was
Okay.
it, just for that one.
Second.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second the motion to
Alright.
include the amendment to the Houston Mifflin Code.
Okay. All those in favor, so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Jimenez. Item 11, consider and take possible action on awarding of the following. We have RFQ number 22-06 and RFQ 22-08.
Mr. President, I move that we approve item 11 as recommended by our purchasing agent.
Yeah.
Purchasing director,
Okay.
yes, sir.
There's a motion by Mr. Varela. Is there a second to that motion?
Second that motion.
Second by Mr. Peña. Any discussion?
Yeah, real quick, they're all going to be on call. So basically, we don't have to pay them any money until they come and do work for us, correct?
Correct, and that is, we're going, on the on-call engineering one, yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Any further discussion? All those in favor, so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. Item number 12, consider and take possible action on 2021 through 2022 compensation schedule, pay grades, and stipends.
Mr. President, I move that we approve item 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, and 19 as presented.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Varela to approve items 12 through 19. Is there a second to that motion? Second by Mr. Castillo. Any discussion on any of those items?
Just digesting.
Sure, not a problem. I'll give you some time to digest. Okay, there being no call for discussion, is there, all those in favor so signify by raising your right hand?
Any discussion, Mr.? No.
Do you have any questions on the compensation schedule? Mr. President, members of the board?
Not sure.
Okay, so I guess I'll give you a brief rundown. Mr. President, members of the board, Mr. Peña, Superintendent of Schools. So what you have on item 12 is a compensation schedule, which is broken up into several parts. Parts being, these are salary schedules for teachers, auxiliary, paraprofessionals, administrative support. These are broken up into 0-year, 15, and 30-year increments. You also have stipends for all athletics, band, fine arts, department chairs, club sponsors. We also include pay rates. These are pay rates include tutorials, supper programs, other child nutrition programs. We do have step schedules for bus drivers and mechanics. So this is pretty much the guide for compensation as far as new hires or employees that move within pay grades. So this is a recommendation for 2021, 2022.
Ah, yes, now I remember. Okay, I got it here.
Any further discussion? If not, there's a motion by Mr. Varela was made for, to approve items 12 through 19. It was second by Mr. Castillo. All those in favor so signify by raising your right hand.
I have just one matter to bring up, just
Go
one.
ahead, Mr. Peña.
On this one, have we defined the paraprofessional, professional situation yet? We haven't addressed that as far as the peace officer situation yet, or is that something that's pending?
Yes, sir. It has been addressed.
It's been addressed?
Yes, sir. You look on page,
Mhm.
you look on page 17, Mr. Peña, page 17 of the compensation schedule, you will see the pay grade 6, the recommended pay grade 6, and the hourly rates respectively for 0, 15, and 30 years. And our peace officers are now in this pay grade.
Okay, so it addresses the whole
That's-
tiered situation?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We also address the auxiliary with the security officers also.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. Item 20, consider and take possible action on SEL in the classroom, AYD.
Mr. President, I move that we approve item 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 presented in a board package.
There's a motion by Mr. Varela to approve items 20 through 25. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
A second by Mr. Peña. Any discussion on any of those items? With some time to digest?
With some, right?
There being no call for discussion, all those in favor so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. It is now 6:41 PM. The board will convene in executive or closed session in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code Sections 551.071 through 551.076, and 551.082 through 551.084. Okay, we are now reconvened back in open session. The time is 7:33. Do I have a motion on item A?
Mr. President, I move that we approve item A, B, C, and D as discussed in closed session.
There's a motion by Mr. Vargas to approve items A, B, C, and D. Is there a second to that motion?
A, B, C, and D.
A, B, C, and D, yes.
I'll second that motion.
There's a second by Mr. Peña. All those in favor so signify by raising your right hand. Same sign, motion carries. Section 6, I have a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President.
Yes, ma'am.
Right before, sir,
Yes,
may I?
yes, sir, of course.
Just for the record, sir, on our organizational chart that has been approved tonight, it will be on and posted by Thursday afternoon.
By Thursday afternoon.
Yes, sir.
That would be, what date? It's the 24th? June 24th, Thursday afternoon.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Motion to adjourn?
So move.
Motion, Mr. Vargas, second. Mr. Castillo, all those in favor so signify by raising your right hand. Meeting is hereby adjourned. It is 7:34.